Minor scales come in three different forms. Each and every minor scale is coming from a major scale. Relative minor scale is going to share the key signature with the major scale. For us to get a relative minor scale, we are just going to write down our major scale. For example, we are writing the C major scale, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. We are going to count the sixth degree of that C major scale. The letters which are in C major scale are just also going to appear in its relative minor as they are for the natural minor scale. Sixth degree is going to give you A. We are going to start our natural minor scale from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then back to A. A minor is going to have exactly the same key signature as C major. There is no sharp, there is no flat. So we are going to have A minor also not having flat or sharp. After having natural minor scale, that is the first form of the minor scale which you have. We are going to see how we can also derive the harmonic minor scale from this natural minor scale. If you raise the seventh by a semitone, or we can say by a half a step, you are going to have harmonic minor scale. And this is what it is going to be. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Now the seventh is going to be G. We are going to raise it by a half a step, which is going to give you G sharp. In harmonic minor of A, we are going to have G sharp in it. We can have another form of minor scale, which is melodic minor scale. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Harmonic minor scale had only the seventh being raised, but now the melodic minor scale is going to have the sixth and the seventh being raised. Now if we raise the sixth, this one is our seventh, the sixth is going to be F. Now if we raise F, we are going to have F sharp. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, then back to then A. This one is going to give you the scale of melodic minor. For the natural minor, we have a given pattern. We are going to divide them into segments, which are going to have threes. So we have the first A up to C, then D up to F, then these other two are going to have their own segment. Now, if you have them like this, we are going to see that the pattern which is being formed is that from A to B is 1, then B to C is a half. So we have 1 and a half. Then we go to the next segment by having 1 or jumping 1. So the pattern continues on to be 1 and a half. Then you go to the next segment, or which is wherein you are going to jump also by 1 step. So the pattern is 1 and a half. Then you go to the next segment, 1 and a half. So each and every segment have 1, then a half, 1 step, then a half a step. And in between those segments, we have 1 steps in each and every segment. So you can construct any natural minor scale from any of the keys. For example, let's have a minor scale which is starting from E. If we have E, we are going to have E, F, G, A. We can spell the letters up to E. Now, we are going to have them divided into segments where the first two are 3 and the last one is just going to be 2. Now, for you to have the natural minor, we are going to have E to F is a half a step, but you want it to be 1 step. So you are going to sharpen this F, it becomes 1, and then F sharp to G is a half a step, which is a desired. A to G to A is 1, it is in between the segments. Then A to B is 1, which is in between the segments as we desire. B to C is a half as we desire. Then C to D is 1, which is in between the segment, and the last pattern is 1, which is D to E. And now we have formed a natural E natural minor scale. Now from this natural minor scale, we can have E harmonic minor. Now when you have E harmonic minor, we just have this E natural minor, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Then we are going to raise the seventh degree, which is D. So we are going to have D sharp also being raised. And this one gives you harmonic minor. Then if you have, if you want to find the melodic minor, you are just going to write the, then this time around we have the sixth and the seventh being raised. Seventh is already raised, so we have the sixth also being raised. So in this key, E harmonic minor, we find that we have one sharp, and it can give you the relative measure that it has. And the relative measure is going to be a key which is having a measure which is having one sharp, which is G. And then there's another way of finding the relative measure from the natural minor or the minor. You can move the third of that natural minor scale is going to give you the major scale, the relative major scale. For example, we have E minor scale. The third step is going to be E, F, G, is going to be G. Now this G is going to be the relative major scale of that. We can also have natural minor scale when the root is exactly the same as that one of the major scale, and that we call it a parallel minor scale. For example, if we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B as our major scale, and we want to find the parallel minor of that, we are going to lower the third, we are going to lower the sixth, and we are going to lower the seventh for us to find the natural minor scale. So when we have C, D, our third is going to be E. By lowering the third by half a step, we are going to have A flat. Then we have F, G. Our sixth is going to be A. We lower it by a step, which is going to be A flat. Then we are also going to lower our seventh by a half a step, which is going to be B flat. And this one is going to give you a natural minor scale. Now, in this case, we have lowered the third, we have lowered the sixth, and we have lowered the seventh to give you the natural minor scale. We can also have the melodic minor scale from this concept of lowering third or sixth and seventh. For our harmonic minor, we are going to have the third is going to be lowered. We are going to lower the sixth also, but we are not going to lower the seventh. So let's do that with this our scale of C major. We have C, D, the third, which is E, has been lowered. Then we have F, G, then the sixth, which is A, has been lowered to A flat. Then the seventh, which is the seventh is not going to be lowered, but we can remind ourselves from the natural minor that we had lowered it. So we are not going to lower it, but we are going to use the natural sign for us to have it. For the melodic minor, we are just going to lower the third. We have C, D, then E flat has been lowered, then F, G, then A is going to be natural. We remind ourselves, or cautionary, we use the cautionary accidental that A is natural, B as well is going to be natural because they have not been lowered to indicate that it is a melodic minor. So we have this scale to be our melodic minor. The natural is going to be the same ascending and descending. Harmonic minor is also going to be the same ascending and descending. But the melodic minor is going to have a different concept where it is going to ascend by how we have constructed that melodic minor. It will be descending by natural minor scale. Let's see the example of C minor without key signature. So we are going to start our scale from C, D, E, F, G, A, then B, then up to C. So we have this our scale as ascending. Then we'll have it as descending, C, B, A. Now for the ascending, we are going to flatten the third, just flatten this third. Then you are going to flatten the sixth. The natural minor is you are going to flatten the sixth as well. Here is your sixth, you flatten the sixth, and then you are also going to lower the seventh or flatten the seventh, which is going to be B. So you are going to have your E flat, A flat, and B flat being flattened. And you can see that this one is going to give you a natural ascending minor. You can then the descending as well is going to be the same. You flatten the sixth and the seventh and the third. You flatten the third as well. Let's see the harmonic C minor, ascending and descending. Let's have the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, and C. We are going to have the third being lowered. The third is our E. Now we are going to have E flat. And then we are going to have the sixth being raised, which is A. Then we are going to have our B, which is the seventh, remains, but we are going to use a cautionary accidental that it is a natural B. It is not a flattened B. And descending, we are also going to have natural B. Then we have A. Then we have our third being flattened as well. That one is going to give you harmonic minor, both ascending and descending. Now let's see the melodic minor. We are going to have both the sixth and the seventh being raised. It means that we are going to only to have the third as the one which has been lowered. But we must indicate a cautionary that at first in the natural system we lower them, so we are making them to be in their natural state. Then for the descending, we are going to use the natural minor. We are going to use the natural minor. And this natural minor is going to be, you have the sixth and the seventh being lowered and the third as well being lowered. We are going to explore as well when you have the key signature. The natural minor is going to give you the key signature which you are going to use. Let's see for D minor scale. Now we know that we need to have the pattern as 1.5. This one is okay because we have 1.5 here. Then we have 1, 1. Then here we need to have a half. So it means that we are going to flatten B. Then we are going to have here now as 1 and 1. Now the natural minor is going to have B being flattened. So we are going to have our key signature as B flat. Now let's start constructing the natural minor with the key signature, ascending and descending. Now when it is ascending, we'll have our D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we have our C, and lastly D. In descending, we can also have D, C, B, A, G, F, E, and D. So in the natural minor with the key signature, this B flat has already been taken care of, and we need not to write any flat again on the B flat. So that B flat is on the key signature. Let's see how we can have the harmonic minor. We are going to have the key signature as well. Now in harmonic minor, let's have it from D, E, F, G, A, B, C, then lastly D. Then when descending, you also have D, C, B, A, G, then you have your D. So in harmonic minor, the seventh is going to be raised. And what is the seventh here? The seventh is C. C is going to be raised, and this C is going to be C sharp now. We'll have our C sharp. Now, when you are descending as well, you are going to have your C sharp. So the seventh has been raised in both ascending and descending. Now let's have the melodic minor. D, E, F, G, A, B. Then you have C. And lastly, we have D. Melodic minor ascending, we are going to have B flat raised, our seventh as well being sharpened. When it descends, we are going to have it natural on the C, flat on the B. I hope that this video has given you some insight on the minor scales, and you are going to use them well in your music. If you are having any challenge in minor scale, you can comment down, and you can also have a link of the major scale on the description below for you to understand better minor scales and major scales.